Well, how y'all doing? Quick update video on this thing. It's pretty close to being done. I got everything wired up. Uh, Glad I didn't just scatter a bunch of screws all over my shop floor. Got everything wired up. I got one extra switch that doesn't go to anything yet. So, just in case, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, everything's wired up. Everything's plumbed up. I welded a bead on each end of the pipe on both sides to keep the pipe from blowing off. Right there where that elbow is welded to that pipe, that's welded, and it had a little leak right there where it was just wet, and it bugged me, and I didn't want to take it off and re-weld it, and ended up having to take it off anyway to slide that pipe on it. While I was at it, there was another weld joint right there, and it wasn't leaking, but I was like, well, I'm already right there making sure that don't leak anymore. I could have re-welded it, but I didn't. I just didn't care, I guess. I had pieces of hose and some clamps, so I clamped it up. So that is welded, but that one's got a little pinhole in it somewhere, and it seeps a little, but not too worried about it. It is all the way full of water. The pump does circulate through all three radiators. I ended up using a hose that came off of that's either off a Dodge Ram or that's off a Chevy Silverado like 1500 or something that had the LS engine in it. I can't remember what that hose came off of, but it just happened to be kind of perfect for what I needed to do. So I was gonna run hardline out of there, down, over, and then back up, and then over, and I just decided, well, I got a hose that fits, so I'll just do that. So yeah, pulls it out of this radiator, forces it through the motor, comes out of here through this radiator, out through that one, out, back through this one. It all works. Like I said, everything's wired, everything's plumbed up, everything's not leaking. So what else? I got to mount a battery box on it, mount a fuel tank on it, and a flywheel, and exhaust, and spark plug wires. And I think I'll be done with it. But it's just something to tinker with, and I'm definitely making a mess out of it. I had it cleaned up in here, and now I've made a mess out of it again. The T-bucket, I'm getting ready to make a few changes on the T-bucket. You guys will see videos of that pretty soon. Got a pair of air shocks. So I'm going to fix the front end on it and give it a little bit of a not bottomed out ride height. It sits all the way bottomed out on the suspension, and it only comes up when you hit the gas, so it doesn't ride the best. So I'm going to use those and make them work somehow and lift it a little and put a little ride height in it with some air. Hopefully it might work, it might not. And there's a few other things that might happen to that T-bucket. Not 100% sure yet. Not sure what I'm going to do. So yeah, anyway, I reckon there's an update video. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to get back with it.